tickets to Washington, D.C. at flyags.com. The Live 5 for 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai.
It's been a gorgeous Monday with below average temperatures, but how long will this lovely weather last? I'll have all the details for you coming up.
Right now,
plus, golfing for a cause, the community effort to help a beloved coach and his wife who lost their home in a fire.
And the road to the World Series, the Braves and the division playoffs, and we are live ahead of tonight's game. Your news at 4 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 4.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brad Means.
And I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you for joining. It's time now to take a first check of the forecast.
And for that, we want to check in with meteorologist Sherry Sheely on this beautiful Monday.
Yes, Brad, it has certainly been a beautiful day, so it's a great reminder that it's fall and it feels just like it outside, and we've got sunshine on top of that. So checking out our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, you can see we've got nothing but blue skies, sunshine, and just a little bit of breeze there blowing, making it a gorgeous day. Satellite radar, we've got the all clear here, not a cloud in the sky anywhere near us, thanks to high pressure that's in charge of our forecast right now. Temperature-wise, warming up nicely in those lower to mid 70s, 74 in Augusta, 73 in Aiken. Looks like some 75s from Thompson to Lincolnton. So everybody feeling fine there with lots of sunshine. And on top of that, dew points are low right now, which means the humidity is low, which makes it feel even better. It's been a long time since we've seen our humidity tracker in the awesome section of the scale. So certainly it is feeling great out there. And that will continue throughout the afternoon as you plan out your afternoon after work. Looking good, continuing into the 70s through 6 o'clock hour. Then we'll start to see some 60s after that sun goes down, and another chilly night is on tap. So what you can expect, we've got cool night ahead, chilly mornings, warm days, but then things start to change in the middle of the week. I'll have all the details on what you can expect coming up. All right, Sherry, thank you so much. Tonight, it's Game 2 of the National League Division Series between the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies.
And News Channel 6 Sports Director Brendan Robertson joining us now live from Truist Park in Atlanta. Brendan.
Hi there, Brad and Jenny. Yeah, the Braves just got done taking some batting practice over my right shoulder at Game 2 of the National League Division Series. The Braves find themselves in the same spot they were at this time a year ago, dropping Game 1 at home of this series to the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies went on to knock the Braves out 3-1 and on the way to the World Series. The Braves will try to even up the series later tonight, but that Game 1 was something shocking for fans here. More fans in Truist Park on Saturday than in the history of the 7 years of this ballpark, and they couldn't believe what they saw. The most prolific offense in baseball this season, tied the Major League all-time record for home runs, averaged nearly 6 runs per game, held scoreless. Here's manager Brian Snicker on what they have to do to even the series in Game 2.
No, I mean, we just, we got to regroup and come back and win Monday. Right now, really, we got a really good pitcher that I feel really good about on the mound, and we can't, I don't think, dwell on that. I mean, and that we just got to look forward to the next game.
And that great pitcher you talked about, Max Fried, gets the start tonight for Atlanta in Game 2. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll have much more at the series. First pitch here tonight in Atlanta, 6:07. Live from Truist Park, for the Marks, News Channel 6.
Back here at home, the community coming together to support a local coach who lost his home in a fire.
Tiffany Hobbs takes us to Lincolnton, where people teed it up to raise money.
From friends to former students and family, people headed to the Green on Monday morning to support Coach Terry Holder.
It's been nearly a month since Terry Holder and his wife lost their home in a fire. Since then, he tells us the support he's received has been overflowing, and he spent a lot of his time writing thank you notes to people. People in the community showed up at Rocky Branch Golf Club for an 8:30 tee time on Monday to continue that support.
He was just always had my back. He was tough on me, but he always expected good things, and he always demanded great things.
No, it's amazing, to be seeing everybody. Everybody's having a good time and beautiful weather, and you can't hardly beat it. And just to be with good people out playing golf, you can't hardly ask for anything better.
If you would like to support the holders, there are still a few ways that you can do so. We have all of that information for you on WJBF.com. In Lincolnton, I'm Tiffany Hobbs, WJBF News Channel 6.
Visitors to Augusta Canal are voicing some concerns. Those needing to use the restrooms at the lake entrance at Lake Olmsted are finding the doors locked. It's been this way since late last week. A sign says it's because of continuous abuse, and the restrooms will remain closed until next week when a solution is found. Regular visitors are not happy.
And it's unacceptable, really is. It's unfortunate. How is the city supposed to enjoy the park this time of year? It's the fall, temperatures are great, yet we have no bathrooms. So I hope they come up with a solution as soon as possible.
The Canal Authority says the restrooms are being vandalized and used as a shelter by the homeless. The solution is to hire someone to monitor the facilities, and that person should be on duty next week. The McDuffie County Animal Shelter is open again. It closed last summer after animal abuse allegations. Local and state investigators found no evidence of this, and they've since worked long and hard to renovate the building. It closes today at 5 o'clock and will reopen tomorrow at 10.
Also tomorrow, Barclay Bishop continuing her series on child sex trafficking in the CSRA. She'll tell us more about Project LIFT. That stands for Living in Freedom Through Truth. Judge Shanette Lewis sits on the bench for the Richmond County Juvenile Court, and she is addressing the need to help young girls in our area by starting a treatment court. The goal is to keep those girls from being trafficked or from becoming traffickers themselves.
A lot of girls come from different areas, and they're all in one facility. They've been exposed to these type of behaviors, and when they find that a child is there because of runaway issues, on an apprehension order, they're really smart. They know what all this stuff means.
Samara Barkley is going to tell us about this program. It's only a few months old, but it's already helped save several girls from going down the wrong path. That's tomorrow on Good Morning Augusta and News Channel 6 at 6. Dozens of people in jail in Richmond County after an undercover drug operation. Operation No Loyalty issued 41 warrants over a 2-year span. 60 people arrested. Police say they seized everything from drugs and guns to money, vehicles, and homes. For a full list of names and mugshots, you can find this story at WJBF.com.
A local bank is partnering with a charity that's helping feed people who need it. Today, more than 500 employees of Georgia's own credit union volunteered throughout the state of Georgia in the fight to lower food insecurity. Here at home, more than 20 employees assisted the Golden Harvest Food Bank's Master's Table, which feeds more than 300 people a day.
You don't realize how many people are in need and how many unhomed people there are in the community until you get out and participate in a volunteer activity like this today.
Georgia's own credit union employees also helped pack and prepare meals in Albany, Atlanta, and Savannah.
You know, the National Cancer Institute says nearly half of women 40 and older may not realize how their breast tissue impacts their cancer risk.
Coming up, what you need to know about your risk. Women with dense breasts have a higher chance of getting breast cancer. Liz Ortiz shares one woman's efforts to raise awareness.
Joanne Pushkin started annual breast cancer screening at age 40. At 46, she found a lump which was not picked up by the mammogram.
I found out I had breast cancer, that it had been missed by mammography because of dense breasts, and that I had dense breasts all within 10 minutes of each other. And I had the ultrasound, 15 minutes later, and there it was, clear as a bell.
She had later stage cancer, which required many surgeries, chemotherapy, and radiation.
I really feel I was effectively denied an earlier stage diagnosis, so there was no awareness that we should be discussing additional screening, no awareness that dense tissue hides breast cancer.
That's because dense breast tissue can look white on a mammogram, and masses and cancers can also look white.
Mammography alone is not adequate screening for women that have dense breasts. Additional imaging, such as MRI or ultrasound, should be done.
The American Cancer Society says women with dense breasts also have a higher risk of breast cancer.
Dense breasts are much more common in younger women. Having information is actually very important in understanding how you should be screened and what your risk is.
Information Pushkin didn't have, so she created Dense Breast Info She fought for a New York State breast density law and testified before the FDA. As of next September, all mammogram reports sent to patients will be required to include breast density.
Nothing I'm doing is going to save any woman from getting breast cancer, unfortunately. But what this does is increase the possibility that we're going to find it early.
She's also working on legislation that would make insurers cover all breast imaging costs for higher risk women.
The American Cancer Society says if a woman has dense breast tissue, it's still important to have regular mammograms because most breast cancers can still be seen on a mammogram even in dense tissue.
And you can show your support for the fight against breast cancer by taking part in the annual Miracle Mile Walk. It's coming up quickly, Saturday, October 21st, 8 till 11 a.m. down at the Augusta Common. You can register to take part or just donate at themiraclemilewalk.org. All the proceeds support local breast health services through the Piedmont Augusta Foundation. Well, it may have been a bit chilly this morning, but do not break out the big coats just yet.
Coming up, Sherry Shealy tells us when things are expected to heat up.
I'm attorney. Soft Wash, family owned and operated. SuperSaverMobile.com. All your coupons online, all the time.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Cool mornings and warm days has been the trend over the weekend and will continue for the next couple of days, but we do have changes on the way. But right now, looking outside on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam outside of Television Park, the roads are starting to get busy, but the skies certainly are clear. We're getting to enjoy a lot of those blue skies and lots of sunshine for today, and warming up pretty nicely, 74 degrees. Winds coming from the southwest at 9 miles per hour, but check out that humidity only at 26%, so it is feeling great outside. And that's the case all across the southeast. So here we are in Augusta, 74 degrees, a little bit warmer along the coast, and then back to our west, we have just the 80s back towards our west. So everybody feeling good and feeling like fall out there, and that's because looking at our satellite radar, we are between two high pressure systems that are kind of clearing out all that moisture in the clouds. We've got the all clear giving way for lots of sunshine for us to enjoy. But above us, we do have a cold front approaching that will be one of the key players in our changing weather. So we're pretty calm here at home, but out in the tropics, it's a different story. So we've been watching this guy for a couple of days now. It is moving into more favorable conditions. It's really starting to strengthen. So it's looking like over the next 48 hours, it's a 70% chance of development. And if it continues to develop, the next name will be Sean. Also, we've got some development closer to home in the Gulf. So here, this guy is just some convection and some thunderstorms that's happening, so not very likely to develop any kind of tropical storm. However, this will bring lots of moisture to the north into the northern Gulf of Mexico and will interact with that front I showed you earlier that will bring us some rain coming up later this week. But for the next 2 days, looking nice and dry through Tuesday. But then Wednesday, that's when that moisture start to head in our direction, and our chance of seeing some showers late Wednesday into Thursday and Friday is looking very good. So let's look at our futurecast to see how this all plans out. So here we are on our Monday. Skies are nice and clear. We've got high pressure in control. But check it out as this front continues to push towards us. Tuesday into the afternoon hours, we'll start to see an increase of clouds, and also the pressure gradient will change a little bit, so we might see some and also you'll see those cloud covers start to increase Tuesday into Wednesday, and there is that moisture continue Wednesday. We'll see clouds continue to increase and the rain start to move in Wednesday afternoon into evening and on Thursday. But for tonight, we will see a little warmer conditions tonight, still on the chilly side, but a little bit warmer into the 50s with clear skies. And then tomorrow, a little bit warmer as well with temperatures into those lower 80s. But again, lots of sunshine, but a little bit windier than today for us to enjoy. So where do we go with our temperature trend? So tomorrow, we're going to kick it right at average at 82 degrees, but then we will dip below average for the next several days and see lots of 70s across the board to really get us in the mood for the fall season. So looking at a 10-day forecast, tomorrow another great day with just a chilly start, but then a nice warm day. And then on Wednesday, we'll see the increase of clouds and rain return to the forecast later on in the day on Wednesday, continue into Thursday, Friday before sunshine returns on the weekend. Back to you, Jenny and Brett.
All right, Sherry, thank you. Coming up, they don't move like a marching band.
No, not at all. Let's see how ranchers steer these sheep across the road when News Channel 6 returns.
Sonic Trick or Treat Blasts.
In Washington, drone footage capturing a rare sheep crossing.
This is time-lapse video from Thursday as ranchers moved a large herd of the animals over a highway in the central part of the state.
Yeah, they're moved across the road a couple of times each year to allow them access to grazing areas. Pretty impressive. They're all safe and sound in their new grazing area tonight. There's a lot more coverage you can count on coming up on News Channel 6 at 4:30.
Including employees at some Walgreens stores staging a walkout. What that means for your prescriptions on News Channel 6 at 4:30.
Sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai.
It's been a beautiful fall day across the CSRA, but where do we go from here? I have all the details on what you can expect coming up.
Now it will be the next to strike. A look at what they say is negatively impacting patients. And educators break down the demands that should be at the top of South Carolina's priority list. Your news at 4:30 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 4:30.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on. Family announcing a change in his Democratic primary bid for president. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says he will now run as an independent or third-party candidate. Kennedy had been considered a long-shot Democratic contender with better poll ratings among Republicans. He has gained support from some far-right groups for his activism against vaccines. Well, time now for a first look at our weather with meteorologist Sherry Sheely. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Dee, and it has certainly been a beautiful
It
one.
has.
Yes, a beautiful fall day for sure. Looking at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam in Swainsboro, it is a beautiful shot of some blue skies. Can't spot a cloud out there, but notice the flag is really whipping in the wind there in Swainsboro, and that is because current winds are picking up, coming from the southwest. Swainsboro at 6 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour in Barnwell, 9 here in Augusta. So definitely tell it's starting to get a little breezy out there. And combined with the winds and the low dew points, it feels good. However, that does combine to give us a special weather statement for fire weather, and that's included Swainsboro. So Emmanuel County and Johnson County are in that low threat. So just take caution if you're doing any outside burning today. Might not be the best idea with those conditions. But temperature-wise, it is a great idea to be outside as it is beautiful. 74 degrees here in Augusta, 75 in Swainsboro and Millen. 73 looks like the cool spot up in Saluda. And those good temperatures will continue throughout the afternoon. So 76 around 5 o'clock. Then we'll drop to around the 70 mark right at sunset and then into the 60s later on tonight. With clear skies, we'll see a cool night ahead. But the fall temps are here to stay, and I'll have all the details on what you can expect for your evening and for the rest of the week coming up. Back to you, Dee.
All right, Sherry, we will see you then. Thanks so much. UAW workers vote to strike against Mack Trucks, rejecting a tentative contract offer. The Mack brand is owned by Volvo. The UAW is already on strike against the big three auto workers in Detroit. Today, about 4,000 Mack workers started picketing in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Florida. 73% of UAW members turned down a 10% raise in year one of the proposal and 20% total over 5 years. Working conditions and patient safety are behind a job walkout this week. Both issues are happening at a pharmacy chain. 500 employees at 8,600 Walgreens U.S. stores are preparing to walk off their jobs. Some technicians and even pharmacists are concerned that workloads are affecting patient safety, including filling prescriptions and administering COVID vaccines. In response, Walgreens leaders say they have made significant boosts in pharmacists' salaries and hiring bonuses to keep good staff. The Medicaid expansion is expected to greatly impact children in DSS care. Medicaid expansion is expected to roll out at the beginning of December. There is a provision in the budget which allows parents to continue accessing services if their children are removed from their custody. That will allow parents to get the help they need to get their kids back. The North Carolina General Assembly also approved funding for additional mental health crisis centers and mobile behavioral health units.
We have to do more to make healthcare services more accessible to folks, to families. We got to get more mental health services in our schools throughout the state of North Carolina. We got to make it easier for people that want to be foster parents to be foster parents.
Lawmakers say it's a step in the right direction, but they say we have a long way to go before solving this problem. Also in North Carolina, more changes could be coming to the district maps, but now Republicans say it could be the end of the month before they vote on them. The timing is important because candidates can start filing to run for office on December 4th. Just 2 years ago, lawsuits over the district maps led to the primary election being delayed.
Like every other bill we've got, you've got to reach agreements to move forward, and we're working diligently to make that happen between the two chambers.
It may be a strategic decision to release them so late as to not make it possible for the election to be effective.
Republicans could make it easier for their party to pick up 3 to 4 seats in the U.S. House based on the way they redraw the maps. South Carolina's largest educator groups released its top priorities for 2024. Those include improved working conditions, safer schools, and expanded scholarship opportunities for education majors. Jason Raven tells us more.
The Palmetto State Teachers Association says there has been some progress made over the last 12 months in addressing some of the issues facing education in South Carolina. There is plenty of work left to be done, they say, and lawmakers need to continue to build off this. Monday, the organization released their legislative agenda for the 2024 session. They say they'll be advocating for initiatives that will address critical issues like the teacher shortage and school safety in South Carolina. One measure they support is increasing compensation for teachers and increasing the starting teacher salary to $50,000 a year. Governor Henry McMaster has advocated for getting this done by 2026. Now, another measure PSTA supports is expanding enhanced lottery scholarships to education students.
The General Assembly established that in 2008 because of a critical need for math and science majors in South Carolina. In the midst of a record educator shortage where we started last year with over 1,400 vacant teaching positions in this state, we think education is also a critical needs area that should have access to that enhanced lottery scholarship dollars.
The PSTA says more work is needed to keep students and staff safe in South Carolina schools, along with addressing the social, emotional, and physical well-being of all students. In Columbia, I'm Jason Raven.
The legislative session begins in January. While we're continuing to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, coming up, how the son of a migrant farmer food. The legislative session begins in January. While we're continuing to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, coming up, how the son of a migrant farmer who didn't learn English until he was 12 dreamed of going to space and made his dream come true.
Fight against child trafficking.
We do have children out here who are doing things because they don't have shoes, they don't have clothes. So you'll find them exhibiting these behaviors to get these needs met.
News Channel 6's Barclay Bishop shows you how a local youth program is turning lives around, one child at a time.
We're able to jump on top of them really quick before they get too far into trafficking.
Hidden in plain sight. Tomorrow on Good Morning Augusta.
The Fresh Timer Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Fly direct to Washington, D.C. from Augusta Regional Airport.
He's a North Star for anyone wanting to reach new heights. Now, former astronaut Jose Hernandez is hoping the movie about his life inspires the next generation of astronauts, especially young Latinos. Melissa Adon reports.
2, 1, 0, we have a liftoff.
The 1972 Apollo 17 mission marked the most recent occasion where humans walked on the moon.
It's got to be one of the most proud moments of my life, I guarantee you.
Ma, ¿por qué sirven las estrellas? This moment, recreated on the screen in Prime Videos a million miles away, was the foundation for Jose Hernandez's big dream.
If you could picture a 10-year-old boy kneeling down, watching a black and white TV antenna, watching Gene Cernan walk on the moon, I said, man, I want to be like him.
After earning degrees in engineering and working at the Johnson Space Center, he was chosen to go to space in 2009 as a mission specialist. But getting there meant sacrificing and facing ugly truths.
You know, I remember the very first time I felt discriminated at school. I went home and complained to my mom. And my mom said a phrase that I'd never forget. She said, mijo, mátalos con el amor. Kill them with love. And the plain reality is that you do have to work harder to get the same amount of credit.
His acceptance into the NASA space program didn't come easily.
So you could turn me down again, but rest assured I'll be standing here again in a year.
A Million Miles Away, which stars Michael Peña, tells Jose's story, and one of so many migrant families.
What do they have that you don't have?
A boy that was raised picking vegetables in the fields of California, one day becoming the first migrant farm worker to make it to space.
And I want to ask you, was it worth it? Being able to see the Earth from a unique perspective, this is a little over 500 people have had that privilege out of 7 billion. I mean, this is a privilege bigger than being a president of a country or a NBA or NFL football. I mean, the odds are a lot harder. Yes, of course it was worth it. Absolutely.
You light up when you're saying that you're speaking to schools or engagements. Why is that so important to you?
Kids see people, someone that looks like them, brown skin, speaks English with an accent, came from humble beginnings, and I want them to feel empowered and say, if he could do it, why can't I?
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, it may have been a bit chilly this morning, but don't break out the big coats just yet. Coming up, Sherry Seeley tells us when things are expected to warm up.
She found it. She found it. The feeling of finding the psoriasis treatment she's been looking for. Sotyktu is the first of its kind, once daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. For the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding that outfit psoriasis tried to hide from you. Or finding your swimsuit is ready for prime time. Dad! Once daily Sotyktu is proven to get more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. Ask your dermatologist about Sotyktu for clearer skin. So clearly you. Sotyktu.
Ford, your forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
It was a chilly start to the day this morning, but it sure has warmed up nicely thanks to all the blue skies and sunshine, as we can see on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam there at the Augusta Marriott. Just a beautiful day, and it is now 74 degrees here in Augusta. Wind's starting to pick up a bit from the southwest, bringing in some warmer air at 9 miles per hour, but check it out, the humidity only at 26%, so feeling great outside. So how do we stack up compared to our neighbors? Well, we're right there in the middle. So Augusta at 74, Savannah at 76, as well as Athens, Hot Atlanta at 74 as well, and almost at 80 in Macon. So everyone in those 70s all across the board. And that's because we have high pressure dominating our forecast all across the southeast there for us. But you can see we've got some moisture to the south and a system to our north. So changes are on the way. It's nice and calm here at home, but where it's not so calm is in the tropics. So we have this system that we're tracking off the coast of Africa. It's moving into more favorable conditions, so it's looking like development is very likely over the next couple of days. And if this becomes a tropical storm, it will be shown. Closer to home, though, we have this system here. It's a low-pressure system that has many thunderstorms associated with it, so not very likely to develop into a tropical system, but what is likely as it moves northward, it will bring some moisture to our neck of the woods, and especially to Texas, where they so desperately need some rain, but we need it too. So let's see where we're at with our rain chances. We'll keep it nice and dry for Monday and Tuesday, but starting Wednesday night, we'll see rain return to the forecast with our best chance coming Thursday and Friday. So what's the timing on all this? Looking at our future cast, so there's those high pressure systems that's in control of our forecast right now. That will continue throughout the day on Tuesday, so another nice, beautiful fall day on Tuesday. But as this cold front moves through our area, we'll see the pressure gradient change, which means it could be a bit breezy for us on our Tuesday. So another nice day, a little bit warmer, but winds will noticeably be stronger tomorrow. And we'll also see an increase in cloud cover Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then you see there's that moisture associated with that system moving in to our neck of the woods on Wednesday, bringing us that chance of rain starting Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. So that's what we're looking forward to there. If you're looking for the rain in the forecast, which there's so many areas that desperately need it right now. But for us, let's see, we've got high pressure continuing. Let's see, flip through there. Just another model view of that same forecast. So again, rain coming in on Wednesday. So but tonight we're going to be nice and clear, which means those temperatures are going to drop down into those upper 40s to 50s. So another chilly night for us, and of course a cold morning as well. So definitely bundle up the kiddos as you send them off to school. But then tomorrow will be a little bit warmer as we'll see temperatures in those lower 80s with again another day of lots of sunshine. And our trend will start to trend a little downward into the below average temperatures in those 70s. Average for this time of year is 82. So feeling nice and like fall temps. I love it. So 10-day forecast looking good for your Tuesday, but then you want to find that rain gear. We haven't had to use it in a while, but we're going to need it starting Wednesday afternoon into Thursday and Friday before we dry out and return to sunshine on the weekend. Back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much, Sherry. Well, 2023 is being called the year of breaking barriers in college football. Coming up, meet the first to do it in the NCAA.
Being the Augusta guy means that you're getting myself and my staff, which was raised on the same values that fellow Augustans were raised on. All of us grew up here. If you are hiring somebody from out of town, they may not be as connected as us. I guarantee you that we are going to work extremely hard for you. You're getting somebody who's going to shoot you straight and tell you the pros and cons of your case, and also take the case as far as it needs to go to get what people deserve. There is out there.
You really feel like you are truly part of the Queensboro family.
WJBF Television, happy 70th anniversary.
From our family to yours, congratulations to the entire team at News Channel 6.
A Shaw University football player is making history with her powerful leg. India Fulfus is the first woman to play football in the CIAA conference and the first woman to ever score for an HBCU team. She played soccer for 3 seasons at Shaw University in Raleigh, and when the football team's kicker became ineligible over the summer, she was asked to join the team.
We let her kick a couple field goals, and she kicked it, and I was like, this is good.
So if you can kick, you're on the team. If you can't, just like anybody else, right?
Right. Her athleticism turned heads all over, including Microsoft, which led to India and her friend appearing in their Be the One Super Bowl commercial. Way to go. Well, coming up on News Channel 6 at 5, reaction to the war in Israel.